Also in Washington this morning, Arizona Senator and former Republican presidential candidate John McCain. Sir, always good to have you with us.
Thank you, Erica.
It is obviously a new day dawning this morning in Libya, a little later than the morning, actually. I should clarify there. There is so much work ahead. What do you see as the most immediate challenge now for Libya?
Well, I think the first challenge for us is to try to help the wounded situation. They have 30,000 wounded, and they really don't have the capability to take care of them. I'd love to see a hospital ship in the harbor of Tripoli. We could transport some of their wounded to our military hospital in Germany. I think that would be their first priority. They simply don't have the capability or the talent or expertise to care for the wounded. I think the next thing is we've got to get these depots of arms, which are everywhere, of all kinds of arms, under control. I think it's very obvious that we have to help the Libyans get the militias into a national army. There's really not much control over them. And finally, help them recognize this is step one on a day towards building democracy, and it's a long, hard path to it.
It is a long, hard path, as we've seen in some of the neighboring nations of which were involved in the Arab Spring. This is also, like many countries in the region, there are very important, long-standing tribal divisions. So what should the U.S. role be then in helping bring these different factions together for a unified government?
Well, first of all, I have some confidence in the Transition National Council. And by the way, I'm very appreciative of the British and French leadership. Qatar played a big role, the United Arab Emirates also. But they would welcome our assistance in the building blocks of democracy, to come in and help them with the fundamentals. And by the way, they are a rich country, and so they would be willing to reimburse us. This is not going to cost American tax dollars, but they've never known democracy. They've been under this brutal, oppressive dictator for 42 years, and so they're going to need a lot of help in that direction. But I do have some confidence in them.
So you think, though, mainly that help is simply in a diplomatic sense, coming in and advising?
Well, it's not so much diplomatic as we have these NGOs, these organizations that helped the former Iron Curtain countries after the Berlin Wall came down, and help them with, things like voter registration and how political campaigns are conducted and all of the fundamentals that come so easy to us, but they've never experienced. Mm-hmm. But this militia issue is really something very important, because you can't have a bunch of different little armies running around. They've got to have a national army, and that would be a very important priority.
And even in terms of, we could see that in terms of how details or lack of details and clarification on how Gaddafi was killed, how everyone stepped in. There is so much to talk about with Libya, but there is also, of course, a lot going on here at home, specifically within your own party, sir. A lot of talk after the debate on Tuesday night about the fireworks that were there. Newt Gingrich saying that he thought, quote, it hurt the entire party. How is this infighting playing out? Are you concerned about it?
Well, I am a bit concerned, because obviously the people who are making this judgment aren't as much interested in seeing fighting as they are judging the candidates' knowledge, expertise, and talent. So they're, one of the things is, I think maybe, Erica, we may be reaching a saturation point on debates too. I think this is the 7th or the 9th. So yeah, it's not helpful. I think they should be more respectful.
Are they going to move beyond it, you think? Have you spoken to either one of them about that?
Well, I think so. I think they will move beyond it, because I think that the candidates feel that it really doesn't help their cause, particularly since it's the general election that really is their ultimate goal.
Senator John McCain, good to have you with us this morning, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Erica.